So next, the moon, which is contrast to the sun in many, many respects. The moon is very converse to everything we just talked about. The moon is predominantly the element of water, its primary element, has a secondary elemental connection to the element of earth. So in Ayurveda, this would be the dosha that we refer to as kapha. Kapha is predominantly made up of water and earth. The moon, too, is much more feminine, whereas the sun is solar and masculine. The moon is lunar, feminine, and as such, it has qualities of sensitivity, receptivity, intuition, feeling, and devotion. The moon, like the sun, is also sattvic, so it has this uplifting quality to it. It's very subtle in its nature and in its heightened expression of prana and frequencies at a higher level. So it is sattvic, and it too is connected to the sixth chakra. But as I mentioned, it's more the medulla oblongata at the back of the head, which is very connected in the yogic tradition to this quality of soma, which is like a blissful nectar that is drunk and that we experience when we're deep in the ecstasy of meditation and attunement with consciousness. So the moon has this very, very like sweet and nourishing type of an energy to it. Just again, like in Ayurveda, if you were to look at kapha dosha, it's very connected to the taste of sweet. So whereas sun is pungent, the moon is more sweet with that water and earth, and nice, heavy, nourishing nature to it. The moon too, at the same time, though, being associated to kapha, it can lead to imbalances. It can lead to sluggishness, congestion, lethargy of the body and mind. If there's too much of that sweetness, if there's too much of that heaviness and nourishment, it can kind of bog us down. Unlike the sun, though, the moon is a natural benefic. So this is important because you can think again of the benefic as being very expansive, and it's more supportive. It has more of this like motherly type of an energy to it, more caring, more tender. Where the sun is the father, the moon would be this archetype of the mother, the divine mother energy. It also relates to um, our emotions, or our what they would call kind of mind and feeling nature, our manas, because the mind, it waxes, it wanes, it's not constant, it is fluctuating and it is changing, just like our emotional nature, whereas that sun remains constant, which is a little bit into that causal, beyond the fluctuations of the chitta and the mind. And the sun would be, or the sun would be sat, like sat chit ananda. The sun would be more that ever present existence. The moon would be more the chitta, more the feeling nature, the fluctuating nature. Whereas that sun is just pure awareness, just pure existence. And back to this benefic and malefic, it is important to talk about, right? Because yeah, we do like sweet taste. I mean, we like nourishment, we like tenderness. However, if you were to only have sweet taste all the time, what would that do? It would lead to diabetes. It would lead to a lot of problems in the system. And so, many times the malefics may not feel as good or they may not taste as good, but they're actually the best thing for us when we need them to purify, to cleanse, to metabolize. So again, don't get caught up in good or bad, benefic, malefic. It's all about context. It's all about understanding the energy and the purpose of that energy. And with all of these energies, about being in relationship with them and using them at appropriate times and in the appropriate ways for us as individuals. And then the moon, it only rules one constellation. The moon rules the constellation of Cancer, would be the primary sign that it is associated to.